Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis Cocker, and tonight we're going to talk about Man United losing on penalties against League Two side Grimsby. We lost on penalties. I think the end result was 12-11 or something like that. We witnessed a terrible game. No effort, nothing. The players weren't up for it. And this is what you get when you have a manager who have no experience with the English Premier League and the league system. When you go down to Championship, League One, League Two, there's one thing the team have. That's effort. Effort and physicality. So no wonder we struggle with physicality in the Premier League when we can't even outfight a League Two team. We will go through it. We will show you guys some clips. I will bring up the tactical board or what's the use because, it doesn't matter what kind of tactics you play if there's no effort. And I will be back after the intro. So while you wait, smash the like and subscribe, and I will see you in a second. Yes. Oh, my phone is boom, boom, boom. We are live. It's me, Jarvis Cocker, and this is the Tactical Devils. Man United lost against Grimsby in the EFL Cup second round. So no more EFL Carabao Cup this season. I don't know how you feel about it, guys, but I'm feeling down right now. I'm a little bit angry. And I'm a little bit lost for words because I never expected us to do something like this. But, the thing is, there's an old saying it could always get worse. So I don't think we have seen the end yet. I thought the worst thing was after losing the Europa League final, but we are still sinking. I don't know how we can fix this. I think maybe the players have lost faith in Amorim. You can't go on a pitch against Grimsby and have no effort. How can we get outfought, outfight, outrun, out muscled by Grimsby? It's Grimsby, League Two. So, yeah. Guys, I want to say hi to Mr. B. Amorim reminds me of a random politician's great speaker. Empty words, Amorim out. Okay, Mr. B. I understand your frustration. Jarle Malmin also comes in. Big up, Jarle. Good to see you, my fellow Norwegian. They say I've lost faith in the manager after this performance, but he will most likely stay until his contract runs out or he walks. Well, that's an interesting thought, Jarle Malmin. Maybe he will walk. He had threatened 2 times earlier since he arrived. Maybe he will walk. And, if there's any truth behind his words, maybe he should resign. Truth Wait come in and say he should resign after this. Yes, I think we all, at this moment now, when we are emotional, feel the same. Maybe I will feel differently tomorrow, but right now I have lost faith in everything called the Amorim system. Playing with a back three, the 3-4-2-1, whatever, I think the players are confused. I think the manager is confused. I think every team we play against have a field day and they are excited. And I think most of these bluffers playing in the red shirt should just resign with Amorim and, I don't know, play the youth for the rest of the season. If you get relegated, yeah, okay. at least it will get the Glazers out the door. So yeah, Carlos, I've lost faith in this team. I'm done. Yeah. Big up, Carlos. Good to see you. Danny B comes in and say, hit that like button, lads. Yes, hit that like button. By the way, Stu is on his way home. I don't know if he will have time to jump on. He will jump on if he'll make it. But, on a day like this, I want to hear your voice. I want to hear you guys talk. So if any of you want the link, just let me know. I'll post the link in the chat and you can jump on. But you know, let me know if you want to come on. You don't have to show your face. You can stay behind a black screen, but you have to speak your mind and the truth. That's the only thing I wanted to hear. Who else is here? Neil Davis, big up Neil, coming in and saying new Man United owners ASAP. Yes, I think we should put the pressure on the owner. It's always Glazers out when it comes to this channel. It's always Glazers out. Let me just scroll down. I see Catherine is here. Big up, Catherine. Onana is a fucking disgrace, and yeah, Onana is terrible. We can look at Onana and his mistake, but it's nothing new. We've seen this from Onana before. We know it's in his locker. It's the way Onana goes out and try to smash the ball, on corner kicks, and he has no control. He can't jump. He tries to jump right through people. He can't use his height. He has no timing. He's a terrible technical goalkeeper. And I've said it 1 million times. I don't trust Onana. I don't trust Bayinder. We have two terrible goalkeepers, and that's our state. The only hope is that Amorim understands this and starts playing Tom Heaton, because he's the only half decent goalkeeper we got. Because Onana and Bayinder and a couple of your grannies are at the same level, when it comes to being a goalkeeper. Big up, Catherine. Good to see you. Good to see you. Or Catherine say, put Stevie Wonder in the goal, lads. Yes, Stevie Wonder. That will be. I think he would do a much better job than Onana. Is it just me coming in the house? Evening, everyone. Seriously, are United and you Everton a fallen giant? Yeah, that's a good question. I think we are at the moment. I think we are. We have lost everything, and I believe Man United struggled through the 2010s and onwards after we sacked Ferguson, and everybody thought that we were going to come back. But last time it took 26 years. Maybe it will take 26 more. That's how it is. Johnny Kamal, big up. He said, evening all, disgusting, unforgivable, incomprehensible. I just had enough now. We are getting worse. I agree, Johnny K. And by the way, Johnny, if you want to come on, keep me company until Stu arrives. Let me know and I'll post the link in the chat. Just jump on whenever if you like. Sebastian coming in. Big up, Sebastian. Good to see you. Evening, Jarvis. I'm so pissed, man. Don't even know what else to say. Yeah, I feel the same. I'm not feeling it right now. And Rasmus is here. Big up, Rasmus. Rasmatas coming in and say hello, Jarvis. And Danny B, yes, I agree. Danny B, Vitek should have been given his opportunity, but Amorim, goalkeeper coach, didn't get along with him, and that's a disgrace. Doesn't matter if the goalkeeper coach comes along with him. We should pick the players that's the best players that can, actually make us a winning team, because this is what the game is all about: winning football games. Someone call Amorim and his goalkeeping coach and tell them it's about winning football games. It's not just about tactics, system, playing with a back three, four in midfield with a double pivot, left alone, always outnumbered, and the shit quality we have in these players. I'm not. Yeah, I saw a lot of other content creators tonight officially went Amorim out. I'm not even sure. I want to be on the fence a little bit more. I don't want to be too too soon. I don't want to jump on this manager. I want to give it time because I fundamentally believe in longevity. But right now, I don't know. It comes to a point where you can't turn it around, and I think Amarim is dangerously close to that line right now. I think this loss is the beginning of the end of Amarim, and I can't see him lasting over Christmas. That's my honest assessment of the situation. Retro 77, good up, big up Retro coming in and say, or no, never had trust in some years, but tonight I had a disrespectful hope. Okay, big up Retro. Trevor is in the house. Evening, Jarvis. I'm totally finished with this team and this club. They have brought me to the brink of despair. I don't need this negativity in my life. Over and out. See you all down the road. you know, don't let Man United get the best of you. It's just Man United. At the end of the day, it's just overpaid millionaires that we adore because they put on a red shirt that means a lot for us, but it doesn't seem that it means a lot to them. They don't care. They don't care. They just care about their own wallet, their own mansion, how many Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Porsches, how many gold watches, gold chains, how many followers they have on social media. They don't give a fuck about us. That's just the honest truth. So if you want to take some time off Trevor Wade, I fully understand because this is it even worth it now at the moment. So, but think hell, I'm starting to get super negative. Okay, I'm gonna dig myself out of this ditch and try to be more positive because I know you guys. We are a community. We can help each other. We can back each other. Keep our chin up, and think forward. Big up. Who else? He said Howler is here. Pathetic. Daniel Brain is here. I thought it was new to pick to every young centre back for an away day at Grimsby. Yes, that was a tough call. United XS coming in. Big up from Switzerland. Hello, United XS. Hello, Jarvis. We need Xavi. And at Man United, he will play the 4-3-3. Yeah, we can talk about that. So, guys, what manager do you think we can bring in if hypothetically the Amorim thing isn't working? Get your names in the chat. We can talk a little bit about them. But first, I just want to say hi to everybody tuned in. There's so many people. Kid Monger coming in. No one can say he doesn't have the players anymore. No, we can't. We can't. The only thing is maybe it's a little bit too soon. We just played 2 games in the league and we lost the first game in the EFL Cup. I remember one year Ferguson lost his 2 first games and we won the league that season. So anything can happen. It's still early days. Let's try to keep it at least a little bit positive. But I'm not going to sit there and try to force you to be toxic, positive. Just get your anger out. It's okay. It's one of these days. And tomorrow, when we have slept on it, things will maybe feel a little bit better and we are allowed to change our minds again. So it's okay. I understand, guys. Stian Gaming is in the house. Big up Stian coming in and say the problem for me is that we haven't improved since the last season. Amorim was hiding under the match too. Yeah, I saw that. I saw he was sitting there in his usual posture, holding his arms over his head, and he didn't have the courage even to watch the penalty shootout. So I don't know. Maybe Amrim has lost faith himself. Maybe it was too big of a job for him. He came in, he looked fantastic. Smashing guy. Was unbeaten with Sporting, but we all know that Man United is a different beast. We are a different beast. So I maybe we should just go for an experienced manager, someone who knows the league, someone who can come in and at least try to get the best of these players. I don't think we can hire a tactical system manager ever again. Not before we start winning games again, and maybe when we are ready to take the next step. But we were never ready for Ten Hag, and we were never ready for Amorim. And I think this is Ineos' biggest mistake when they brought in Amorim. I was quite surprised. I was hoping for Iraola or someone else, but not Amorim. But we have Amrim now, but I think it's too complicated. Everything is too complicated, and the guy is learning on the job. Is Man United a place where you could learn on the job? I think not. I think the pressure is too much. The knives are out, and now Amarim is understanding. Hopefully, he can learn from this because there's no easy games when it comes to the Premier League, the EFL, the FA Cup. It's not. Hussein CM comes in and say, is this a team issue more than a manager issue? I think it's both. I said it under Ten Hag all the way. We don't have the quality. Too many deadbeats, too many bluffers, too many players who don't have the attributes needed to be a top player, but they believe their own hype. That's one of the biggest issues. But I don't think Amorim is innocent in all of this too. I think he complicates things a little bit too much. I understand football. I've studied the game for so many years. But I sit here, you know, actually sketching, drawing out things, and we're talking about diamonds and playing out from the back, high press, triggers, shifting of play, all of this. And when you're on the pitch, it's not that easy. And I think these players don't have the abilities. They don't understand anything when it comes to football. Boxing Straight Talk, Amri Mount Jarvis. I've started a new YouTube. Big up boxing. Congratulations. He said, I accidentally smashed my phone and didn't remember the Gmail or password. Wow. Well, I think you're not alone. Out of all of the million of Man United fans throughout the world, I think a lot of phones and TVs got smashed tonight. Jonathan Lilienberg coming in, big up. I'm starting to think that Amrim isn't fit for this team yet. Yeah, I think we all feel the same. Rashmano, big up, Rashi. Good to see you. Saying Onana stormed down the tunnel straight after the match. Yeah, he should be shameful after all. After this performance, it was terrible. Bath time, big up. Respect for going live. Jarvis, I couldn't think of anything worse to do at this moment. Yeah. But it's a community, and I care for you guys, and it's something that we need to talk about. It wouldn't be fair if I was only here in the glory days. It's a community, and we support each other in both in good and bad times. So bad times. So this is how we roll. This is how we roll. Nas, big up Nas. Say this is a blessing in disguise. Onana showed everyone why the fan base doesn't trust him. Yeah, he did. He did. We need Lamens right away. We should have signed Lamens yesterday. He should be on the pitch today. Why couldn't we? Why can't we get the Lamens deal done? It's an easy deal. We are haggling about 20 million euros or something, 22 million euros, 23, 19. Who the fuck knows, Start buying players because all the fans in the world are suffering at the moment. Ineos, get that paycheck out and just pay whatever it takes. We need a good new goalkeeper right now. We have seen so many mistakes. The first 3 games, Arsenal, Bayender, Fulham, Bayender on 10 corner kicks at least in swingers. And now Onana. The 3 games, and the goalkeepers are by far most important role in this team right now, and it's costing us too much. It's costing Amorim the job, and they are sitting there haggling for 2 or 3 million euros. What the fuck? This is why I say Ineos have never backed Amorim. And, we all know this. They didn't. We all said 7 to 10 players after we lost the Europa League final. And here we are, 3 players in, 1 player out, maybe 2 if you count the loan for Rasmus. But we only sold, no, we have loaned Collier and Rasmus. That's it. That's it. Yeah. So if anyone want to come on, let me know in the chat, and I post the link in the chat, and you can sit here and talk with me until Stu arrives. You don't have to have your camera on. It's a nice place to be. It's only me. We can have a little bit of football talk, football discussion, maybe analyze some clips, and just go with it. Andre Johannesson comes in and says, sorry to say, but I think this is the worst United I've seen for close to 30 years now. Yeah, 100%, Andrea. Andre Johannesson, big up, big up. Sydney coming in, watching us on X. Big up, Sydney. I hope you well. Saying, hi, Jarvis. It must hurt so much to be a Man United fans now. Haha, sorry. Saying Sydney in a, is that a Liverpool shirt? Hey, Sydney. That's not nice. Big up. Thank you for leaving a comment on X. Thank you, Sydney. Yes, but Liverpool, they were lucky against Newcastle. They scored in the 103rd minute. So this is us and you. But everything goes in cycles. You've been there where we were, and things will maybe reverse again. So it's just one of those. But I will never be happy for Liverpool winning, and I understand the banter. Big up, Sydney. Nathan Neely Lewis coming in and say, evening, Jarvis. Big up, Nathan. I hope you well. Hope you well. Let me just scroll down so I can go to the bottom of the chat because I am a little bit behind. Susan Lagat coming in. Search season happened, Man United. You will rise up again. Big up. Big up. I know that you are confident, that you feel you have to come in with some positivities. That's great, Susan. And, I think we all need a little bit of positivity, but right now I'm sulking. You gotta excuse me for the sulking. Adam Partridge coming in and say he should walk because the job is too big for him. Yes, nothing more to say. I think the job is too big for him. It is. It is. Redstone, big up Redstone. Say I knew this match was going to go back at the moment. I saw Nana was starting. This keeper will get any manager fired. Yeah, you know, Onana. Can we blame Onana? Onana didn't play on midfield. He didn't play fullback. He didn't play as a striker. He wasn't incompetent. Onana wasn't the guy who lost every physical duel in the midfield, not putting in any effort. Letting Grimsby League Two players, Tier 4 level players, run over us all the time. Yeah, he's a terrible goalkeeper. I agree, but I'm not going to sit here and blame it all on Onana. I want to keep it. I want to give all the players the whip. They don't deserve anything after this. Hussein Shiam, I have a Telegram group for the Tactical Devils, but I haven't posted it because I think I want to make this the place where you guys can chat and be together. And I don't have the time to moderate the Telegram group. So if any of you wanna volunteer and be the moderator for that group, maybe. But then you have to leave a comment in the non-live section after the show, and we can talk. Because I have a Telegram group, but I haven't made it public. That's the thing. It's all about time. I do this channel by myself, and I have Stu helping me out all the time. So it's just a 2-man operation, Stu and me. Who is this? Indy, big up Indy. INDI. Doris the tea lady would be an upgrade. Yes. Oh, Doris the tea lady. Doris the tea lady. Semix, big up Semix. Say it. He doesn't have the players. Well, he have some of the players. It's not like he hasn't signed anyone. You have signed Heaven, Dorgu, Mbumo, Cunha, and Seshko. That's 5 players. So, and we had players before he came in. So, as a manager, you need to be able to work with some of these players. Um, I don't know, Semix, but effort, physicality, giving everything in the duel, not being afraid, being able to be composed when you receive a pass, not playing the hot potato, and you have to have some courage. It's a mental thing, and Amarim is the guy. He needs to install this into the players. It doesn't matter. I understand that everybody can't sprint as quick as Dan James did in his time, or everybody can't shoot as hard as Paul Scholes. It comes to abilities, but he can at least install the mentality needed to start winning games, to start giving the other teams a fight. But we don't give them a fight. Lower class Brom coming in and say, big up Brom, saying Man United have only 3 successful managers: Fergie, Busby, and Magnal. Yeah, that was the guy who were the manager before World War II, I believe. So yeah, the rest of the history is the mid-table finishes, chaotic cup runs. It's the football heritage. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Dave 147, big up. Good evening, Jarvis. Amri must go. Things can only get better. Tyrone Williams, evening, Jarvis. Amrim has to go for me. I'm done. I've seen enough to know he won't improve. Yeah, I think we all have reached our limits right now. But maybe I will feel differently tomorrow. But right now, I feel, yeah, I feel he have reached his limit. But I don't want to. I don't want to start an Amrim out. You know, Amrim out channel. This is not what Tactical Devils is about. I saw Saeed going out, I saw Cass going out, I saw other content creators going out. Officially Amarim outers, but this is not me. I'm not going to say it. Pratik coming in and say, what do you think of the Brighton manager? Yes, the young German guy. I rate him. I rate him. He's a talented manager. I like the way he play. Also, a little bit too intricate for Man United. I think we need a Sam Allardyce, Pulis type of manager coming in. It's the vibes type. I think to get this player going. I think you need to fight all the time and try to install some confidence in this place. This is why I believe Oli was the right man, and I think we sacked him too soon. Maybe he wasn't the one who was going to take us back to the top, but I think he gave us some of our soul back. But we lost it, and when Oli got the sack, I think it was time. But again, it was down to Ineos, and no, it was down to the Glazers not backing him, bringing in Ronaldo, and didn't give him the right type of players. We should have signed Declan Rice that summer. Uh, Big up, Jamie. Jarvis, I can't cope anymore. Yeah, I know, Jamie. I know you struggle with Man United lose. So, stay strong, Jamie. Stay strong. It's important, guys, not to bring each other too much too down. Keep it a little bit lighter, because I think a lot of you guys, you live and breathe Man United, and it's not always easy. So, you know, there are other important things in life than football. Just remember that, and go hug your loved ones if you feel even further down. Matthew coming in and say, big up Jarvis, Savi, and Roy Keane. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a brilliant combination, the tiki taka Savi type of football with the Roy Keane attitude. That would actually work. I think that was hmm, interesting. Big up, big up. G Wolf, big up. Hold on. Haven't improved our style of play. Been a lot better. Our creativity has been a lot better. Just need to convert their chances. Well, we had a couple of chances, but I think first half Grimsby were the better team. They were 2-0 up. It was deserved. Second half, it was different. We, I think Grimsby ran a little bit out of juice, um, and we started to control the match. But I didn't feel we dominated the match the way I would like us to do. We were dangerous on set pieces, and we saw on corner kicks in swingers from Mason Mount to Maguire. That was a dangerous move, and we actually scored on that. Let me just scroll down. Sorry if I missed some of your comments. I'm just trying to get to the end so I can be updated. MUFC 14. Some of the Grimsby players are at £50 a week. Wow, the entire squad at 44k a week. Wow, you know. Um, when it comes to this, I think effort comes a little bit into complacency. I think a lot of our players do talked about this the other night. A lot of these players are complacent, and it's we are at the end of the day humans. It's not easy not being complacent when you live in a mansion. You have your own chef, you have your own gardener, you have your own driver, you have your own maid, you have a beautiful wife, you have most likely perfect kids. Everything in your life is perfect, and everything you have to do is wake up in the morning, get something to eat, go to practice, go home, sleep, go to practice again, and go home, play some PlayStation, relax, and then go to sleep. And every Saturday or Sunday, you have to work for 90 minutes, and then you go home again. And everybody adores you. You know, you have to have the right mentality, and I think this is where Ferguson was the best. He knew how to trigger his players. He knew how to keep them sharp. And as soon as he saw some weaknesses, he saw some complacency, it was one way, and that was out. It's the Ferguson way or the highway. And I think this is something that we need to take into account, and maybe we just need to hit rock bottom even further down. We have to go down into the bottom of the well, and after a while, maybe we can start climbing up again. But at the moment, I think we are free falling, and maybe relegation wouldn't be that bad. Maybe we need a year or two in the championship. We don't deserve better. And at the end of the day, we don't have much money. We are selling all our jewels. Not saying that Garnacho, but 1 year ago, no one talked about selling Garnacho. 1 year ago, no one talked about selling Mainu or even Hoylund. But right now, and even Rashford, right now, everybody, all of our so-called jewels, homegrown players that came up through the academy system are on the way out. We have lost our history, we have lost our soul, we have lost our dignity, and all we have left is each other. So yeah, Sydney comes in and say, "Back your manager." Yeah, you went through something similar. But it has to be said that Liverpool, they sacked their fair amount of managers through the 90s and beginning of 2000s. But you just waited for the perfect one, and that was Jurgen Klopp. So, but I know I get what you're saying. So if any of you want to come on and have your say, I'm so far behind in your comments. There's so many comments here, I can't even read them out. I will post a link in the comments. So if any of you want to come on, you don't have to show your face on the screen. All you have to do is have your say. You can talk a little bit about football. You can stay on for 5 minutes, and afterwards, commentary couch. Yes, the link is in the chat. Just press that, and you will jump on StreamYard. Yeah. Oh, G Wolf is in the house. Big up, big up. Let's bring on G Wolf and get his take on the game. Where is he? Okay. I'll do like this. Yes, big up, G Wolf. How you doing, my friend? I think you're on mute. No, I can't hear you. Try now. No. Just go out and jump on again. And yeah. Well, G Wolf will be back. I just received a message from Stu. Still at home. Yeah. But he will jump on. Any of you want to jump on, be with us? The link is in the chat. Depeche Mode is coming in. Your own personal Jesus. How you doing, Depeche Mode?
Hello, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you well. So,
Okay, I'm talking
yeah.
from Spain. I'm talking from Spain, okay?
Big up. Hola. How you doing, mi
Hola.
amigo?
Tudo bien? I only want to say two things. I think, in my opinion,
Yep.
that Man United has a good squad, okay? Don't blame it on the players. I think these things can happen. I think everyone that see football or watches football during these last years or decades, if you want, always see this kind of surprises. Okay, this is not like nothing new. It's true that it's a four division, correct? If I'm not mistaken, correct. And it's true that it's normal. People from Man United feeling a little bit embarrassed. Okay, that's completely normal. The thing that I want to say to Man United fans is that since the beginning, I didn't think that Amorim was the right choice, and I'm going to explain why.
Okay.
You have coaches from Portugal. I'm talking specifically from coaches from Portugal. You have cases like Amorim or Villas-Boas that
Are you there, pal? I think your connection is breaking up. Okay, I'll just put you in the green room and let me know in the private chat if you are back. G Wolf, big up. Yo.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. So,
nice.
How are you doing?
Pissed off about the result. As you said, the first half, literally Grimsby were the dominant team in the first half. Absolutely outplayed us. But literally, Onana. Oh my God, we need to get him retired ASAP. I have had enough of this pillock being in the back of our goal now. 2 mistakes tonight.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much cost us a game. Can't even save anything from a barn door. Literally, the guy is hopeless, useless, and absolutely a waste of a player to be in our squad. He needs to go ASAP. And then, as I said to you in the in our chat, right? I said, look, now Amorim, unfortunately, did pick Onana. Maybe he needs to get him retired. Also, Ineos needs to start backing the manager and start getting Lemens like tomorrow because we need a goalkeeper for the weekend.
Mm.
But tonight, mate, I tell you what, as you said, they flaked. Grimsby flaked near the end, and then that's when we sort of dominated towards the end of it and managed to get the goal by Maguire. But
Mm.
overall, we was just poor. But the last two games for United, we've been absolutely awesome. We've been outclassing players, creating a lot more. And people were saying that we don't create much. Well, the only thing is, we just need to convert them.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think we had about 20 shots in this game, something about 20,
Yeah,
22
it was
shots. So we
stupid.
created a couple. We had Grimsby on the siege at least the last 30 minutes of the game, but again, I think it comes a little bit. I didn't feel that we created so like clear cut chances
Yeah,
besides the corner kicks, and we had Bruno had a couple shots. But I don't think we are dangerous enough. And when you think of it, we should be able to play out the League Two team because we should have the superior quality when
exactly.
it comes to be on the ball. We should be stronger, quicker, faster.
Yep.
But we couldn't see it tonight. We couldn't see the difference between a League Two team and the Premier
And the
League.
Premier League team. It's
Yeah.
like Grimsby were the Premier League team and United were the League Two team
Yeah, it was
tonight.
shocking. It was
It
shocking,
was proper
shocking
shock.
to witness. So
And then
but were you surprised?
I was a little bit surprised. I thought with the changes that Amorim made, I would have thought that we could have gone on to win that game. Like,
Yeah.
I would have thought that we should have won comfortably against Grimsby. But tell you what, I think we was straight from the blocks. Grimsby came at us, and from then on, we just couldn't handle them. And then it was like that through the whole game. And like, we were struggling. Fredrickson, he didn't have a really great he didn't really have a great
No,
great
yeah.
a
We
great
struggled.
game. He
Yeah.
struggled. Maguire, like, most of our back four and especially the goalkeeper struggled a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
Midfield, Mainu weren't his best game, but he did okay. Ugarte, he was all right. Didn't really do too much for me. But as I say, for me, it was just goalkeeping errors. Like, coming out and punching the ball, trying to get hold of the ball. I thought it should have been a handball, though. I don't know whether you saw the handball in that build up. It did come down on into his
Well,
on
it's
the
like
top of
old
his
days
arm.
football. There's no VAR, and I think we were lucky, and Grimsby should have been 3-0 up. I don't think it was an offside on that goal. And also, I don't know, I didn't see the rerun of I think it was Heaven who cleared the ball high up his shoulder
It went all the way across
area,
his
but I
shoulder.
couldn't
It went
quite
all the way
see if it
across
was a
here.
handball or not. But that's just how it was. I see Stu Wall is on his way. Big up, Stu. How are you?
Yeah, I'm in a different room of the pads, and I've got people around me, so you're gonna have to forgive me just for tonight with no camera, and I also look an absolute mess because I need a shower.
That's okay. That's okay, Stu. I have a lot of people waiting in the green room, so
I
I
can
want to.
see.
I don't want to bring all of them at once. So, guys, thank you for your patience. I see we have Alex here, we have Bath Time and Depeche Mode coming in again. So, I want to bring G-Wolf. Do you have anything more to add before we bring in
No,
Depeche
dude,
Mode?
it was just that. So
Yeah,
much love,
yeah,
Good to
man.
big
see you,
up,
G-Wolf. Good to see you, G-Wolf. Not that you
You're
can
right,
see
Stu,
me. Good to see you, pal. Always good.
and
big
you
up,
good.
G-Wolf. Thank you
Take it easy.
for calling in,
You're welcome, bro.
hopefully you can jump on another time. By the way,
Yeah,
do you have a
definitely.
channel? Anything you want to shout out while you're
Yeah,
on the air?
so I've got a new channel now. It's called the Commentary Couch, which I've
Oh.
only been running for the last couple of weeks. So basically, if you want to come on and see me on there, I'm going to do all sort of sporting chat, like sporting commentary, football, wrestling, rugby, tennis, whatever.
Nice. Any golf? Any golf?
Might do. Yeah, at some point.
Any
If
golf,
I get bored enough.
I'll
But
be
anyway,
staying
take
clear
it
of that.
easy.
Yeah, take it easy,
Well,
G-Wolf. Good to
Haters.
have you on. Have a good one. Yeah.
And you, dude. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Jarvis, what a day,
Oh,
pal.
yeah.
What a day, mate. I've listened. Look, I've tried to catch you. Well, I spoke to Jake while I was driving home my son, and he was telling me it was beyond abysmal.
Yeah, but that's it was a terrible game, but it comes down to effort. That's my word, and I think a lot of these Man United players are complacent. They didn't want it enough. You could see it in the Grimsby players' eyes. They were up for it tonight. They were on the pitch to win the game. They were taking none of it, and Fredrickson, Heaven, all the young guys, straight directly, boom. And I think the players got afraid. The physicality of these Grimsby players. They looked like the better team. They looked like a Premier League side, and we looked like the League Two side. So I think this is the problem, and I feel a lot of the fan base already have gone Amorim out now. They have lost faith in this guy. And this time I don't think it's like almost like hateful or they're not angry anymore. They've just lost faith.
Yeah, I'll tell you something, pal. I mean, I'm absolutely fuming. I don't mince my words at the best of times, but professional footballers at the highest level. Look, Jake was telling me about Cunha's. I'm a big fan of Cunha, but just put your fucking foot through the ball. What were you doing? Jakey said he was dicking about. It was a weak
100%.
penalty, apparently, by all accounts. Just put your fucking foot through the door. Big up Devilish Tacticos. Apologies I'm not on screen. Apologies for being late. I'd never like to leave my old mate in the lurch.
No, it went well, Stu. So you shouldn't worry. I'm a big boy. I know I can run my channel by myself, but I appreciate you looking out for me. I want to bring on Depeche Mode, the Spanish guy. He was in the middle of something and his connection broke up before I bring in Alex and bath time. So big up Depeche Mode. How are you, my friend?
Do you hear me?
Yeah, now I hear you. I hear you. You broke up.
Sorry,
sorry
I
for
was
keeping
only
waiting.
No problem. First of all, two things that you said that I completely agree. First of all, not only in football but in many things in life, in terms of competition, many times the team that wants more wins. Correct.
Yeah.
So it's not about the shirts. It's not about the club. And I think it was Klopp that said that. I think it was him that said some time ago when he was in Liverpool that he doesn't want stars, he wants a team. Okay, and the team that beat Man United, they show the effort of a team. They know that they are, in terms of individual speaking, worse than United. Even we didn't felt that today, but they play as a team. And more than ever, the football today is physicality and playing as a group. And I don't think sometimes that United, they play as a group. They seem a little bit lost in the tactics of Amorim, okay? But, okay, only to go back to my point today when I was talking with you for the first time, I was saying to you that Villas-Boas and Mourinho, when they coach big teams in England, they won something in Europe, okay? A big trophy, okay? I don't think that we should rate Portuguese league as a great thing. You can have great coaches, of course, but you can have also great players like Gyökeres. But to win something big is not the Portuguese league or any cup from Portugal, okay? And I think Amorim needed a middle term, a middle team, if you want, not lost already. Yes, it's like a team in the Fulham, for instance, or Crystal Palace, not already Man United. But okay, this is
Depeche Mode, or Mood.
Yeah,
Depeche Mode. Yeah, it was actually with West Ham. West Ham United. Jarvis, I don't know if you remember last season, there was a bit of controversy that he'd given his word to West Ham United and then for whatever reason he backed out. So we did have that option open to him. It's actually a really good point that you make and a very valid observation because myself and Jarvis, I don't know how long you've been watching the Devilish Tacticos, whether you're new to us, but myself and Jarvis have always remained supportive of every manager that we've had, even in the dark days of Ten Hag and etc. And we always wondered, we often joke what it'd be like under Moyes if Moyes had been given that extra time and he got those
yes,
players
of course,
he definitely wanted. But your observation actually about expectations of what he achieved in Portugal, maybe he should have gone to a West Ham United or a more middle of the road team before tackling a job like Manchester United. So it's a very, very valid point.
So do you know why? So he can gain some experience in the Premier League. That's the key. Because you see Espírito Santo, you see Marco Silva, even Vitor Pereira. I think, in my opinion, if you give the squads, Man United squad right now to Vitor Pereira, he will make better. Believe me, because he will play a tactic that in my opinion, the players will be more open. 4-3-3, 4-4-2, not like three in the back. I to be honest, they have now Cunha, Mbemo, Sesko. If they play 4-3, for instance, it will be more attacking and three guys in the midfielder. If they play like they are playing right now, it's always a little bit confusing. Even he already there almost 1 year in October or November. So let's see. Only to finish my point here, Amorim said 10 months ago, I think 10 months or in the beginning when he went to United, he said something like this, and this is funny, to be honest. He said, Sporting is a big team in Portugal, not around the world. Okay? So I think the same can apply to him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm talking right now. I don't know in 5 years if he's going to coach another teams and then he can do and deliver better results. But to be honest, I think that he needs to go to a team not so with such a big responsibility, so you can play without pressure. Because let's face it, people can joke with United, people can mess with United, but if you see in the planet right now, still probably the biggest team along Real Madrid and Barcelona in terms of supporters in China, in America, and whatever, So this is a big responsibility. And I don't think that having the squad that he has is a good excuse, because let's face it, if you ask majority of the coaches in the Premier League if they would like to have this kind of squad, okay, bring it, I will make it, they play, I believe that many of them, they will change the tactics, they will put a more normal, if you want, because let's face it, who was the coach in the Premier League that won anything with this kind of tactic? Conte, do you remember in Chelsea?
Yeah, Conte's the only one.
But if you see the coach, if you see the background of Conte as a coach, he already win things in Italy, and Italy is not Portugal, And Conte is let's face it, it's a more experienced player. Maybe you don't like the way he plays, but he delivered. He won with 3 in the back in Chelsea. So I think, and one thing that I don't understand about Mourinho, why he's so stubborn with the system. He has the players to change it. I don't understand. Sorry.
We think of 4-3-3 actually. Actually, my favourite system's 3-5-2. I like 2 forwards, 2 up top. I like 2 strikers. But we think actually, myself and Jarvis in particular, think that 4-3-3 is our better option.
By the way, Jarvis, are you anything related with the guy from Pulp?
He is the guy from Pulp.
Really? Or you are the real Jarvis Cocker? The other is
I'm the real
clone.
Jarvis Cocker. Yeah, no.
The one's a phony, and Jarvis. The other one's a phony.
To be honest, I really like very much Depeche Mode and Pulp. Okay, only do.
Yeah. Depeche Mode. Me too. I've never seen Depeche Mode live, but I saw, what's his name? Is it James Caan? Just the guy, the singer.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw him going live one time, but it's great band. great music. I love
Yeah,
it.
it
That
still has,
type of
it's still, it's
80s
still,
synthesizer, dark music. That's
yes,
my
yes. I
type
think
of
that
music.
not changing the subject, of course, but I think the Depeche Mode is like that kind of band. Always keep the quality through the years, never
They
go
do.
down so badly like some bands. Okay, thank you, Jarvis, for the chance.
Yeah,
Okay,
big up to Mode. Thank you for coming on, and whenever you wanna jump on, let
You
us know
slap
in the
head.
chat. Maybe we
last
should
point.
do this like a monthly thing. Have one call-in
Oh
show
yeah, yeah, I
because
can
we
be
have a lot of
your
people
guest.
tuning in now.
I only don't show my face because I'm not Brad Pitt. If I was
Hey,
Brad
don't
Pitt,
you worry
It's
about
okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
listen,
Don't
listen.
worry. But
Let me
maybe
tell you.
next time,
Yeah,
you can
if I see you,
you can add a
if I see
picture
you online,
on your thumbnail.
okay.
There.
Okay, let me tell you only one thing. If by any chance, if by my last idea for today, if by any chance people from United are thinking about someone to replace Amorim, I will only say this name. I think it's a name that probably majority of the fans of United will agree because he's Premier League proven. Even okay, didn't won anything in the being champion or whatever, but he already won the Europa League and already won the Community Shield and the FA Cup. Okay, I'm talking about Oliver Glasner, of course. Okay, this is my idea. I think this is a good one if they need someone to replace Amorim. This is my opinion.
Yeah. Oliver Glasner is a
Good
I
manager.
think is a good manager, and well, I think any manager will fail in this Man United team at the moment. I can't see
You
anyone.
cannot be so you cannot be so negative. Come on.
Well, at the moment, I feel that, but I think we need to be simplistic. I think we just need to keep it simple, and we
Yeah,
need
yeah.
someone who can actually install some experience,
Do you
get
think
that
that?
feel good. Yeah, Ancelotti or someone like him that in that kind of bracket. I
Okay,
think.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that until the market closes next week, they will bring two or three players as a goalkeeper at least? I don't know. The Belgium already confirmed. The Belgian
No, it's
goalkeeper.
not confirmed yet, but we
No,
will see. We
they've
will
always
see.
said, yeah,
Yeah.
we're taking them back with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
it's brilliant of you coming on Depeche Mode. We
Thank
have
you, Depeche
Alex
Mode.
Thank
coming
you.
up next. So have a good one, Depeche Mode,
Yeah.
and
You
see you on
too.
the next.
You too, guys. Enjoy.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Good caller.
Okay.
Interesting.
Nice caller calling in from Spain. Sometimes I forget when I talk to you guys, I feel that everybody is living in around the Manchester area. But this is a worldwide channel, and it's easy for me to forget.
We're
But
global superstars now, me and you, pal. Global.
yeah, global.
Yeah.
Let's bring Alex in. Big up, Alex.
Welcome.
Well, hi, Jarvis. Hi, Steve. Thank you for having me on.
Welcome. Pleasure.
Hey, Alex. So, Alex, you have been waiting a little bit in the green room, but how do you feel after losing to Grimsby, a League Two team, on penalties? Was it as bad as for the rest of us, or do you see any light at the end of the tunnel?
It's definitely a wake up call for sure. Obviously, I'm in the loop for obviously obviously the Man United stuff loosely. But I have watched the games in the past, and obviously I didn't watch tonight's game, but seen the result. Obviously seen on my football one of my football apps. Obviously Grimsby leading 2-0, and I was like, oh dear. And then the Man United coming back, 2 goals in the second half. Then I obviously saw the penalty result, and yeah, it's
Yeah, you're not happy.
it's football. Well,
That's football. That's
um,
football. But by the way, Alex,
yeah,
where in the world are you calling from?
yeah. I'm from Perth, Scotland. I replied to your tweets today.
Ah,
St
yeah.
I'm a St
Nice, nice.
Johnston fan. Yeah, so
Ah,
I'm like
excellent.
yeah, but I'm a football fan as well. I like observing what's going on,
Yeah.
what levels and stuff. just getting the overview of everything. Yeah.
So what's your Alex? And what's your as much as you know about Manchester United? I'm not putting you on the spot, so don't worry. But what's your
Sure, okay.
observation of Ruben Amorim? At St Mirren and the Scottish League, it's never had this greatest reputation, has it? Whether we like it or not, we're all football fans, but the Scottish League, the Premier League in particular, has never had this greatest reputation. But yet you've developed some really good managers, some really good players. St Mirren over the last couple of years have been quite strong, quite solid at home in particular. So, what's your thoughts on Amorim coming to the UK? And as Depeche Mode was talking about, should he have maybe gone to a smaller club or a less well-known club to start his UK adventure?
I think you need to. I think these things you need to go in gradual stages. Start small, then going into big. I feel that's the process of like obviously Ruben Amorim coming from Sporting Lisbon and then jumping straight into huge job in Man United. It's always such a huge task. But I think starting small, like local team, then getting experience gradually over time. That's how I think, and as a whole. But yeah,
But when you talk about time, in a big club like Man United, you don't have time, and I think this is one of the issues when it comes to our club. And there were another Scottish guy called Alex a couple of years ago who actually did well in Man United, and they gave him time. They gave him, was it 4 years before he won something? He won the FA Cup, and after that, the rest is
right.
history. We know that. I also I said to a lot of people a lot of times that I believe in longevity. Stu also believe in longevity when it comes to this. I will not sit here saying I want the manager sacked right away, but I feel like I'm losing patience, and I don't know. We are humans, and we expect too much too soon. But how much time do you think Amorim need to get this Man United team going? In your assessment, are we talking about 1 year, 2 years, 3 years?
however long it takes, to be honest with you guys,
How long is a
you
piece
have
of
to.
string?
Yeah, I think you have to give, no matter how bad your football club is at the moment, for as hard it is you have to back the manager, support the team and the players, but also you want it's having that transparency with the fan base as well. I get, like, it's such a balancing act. It really is. Like, nobody wants to see a manager go. But obviously, if there's a change needed, then you take that step and then you find the right manager. But I feel the academy. I feel there's needs some academy. Um, sorry, I'm not explaining myself very well. Some
No, you are.
academy,
You are.
yeah, some academy prospects that like for your club to get some kind of opportunity pathways, like for my club, St Johnston. I've been starting going to the under 19s youth team, and
Mm.
we play at McDermott Park on a Astro pitch, and it's really good for me as a fan to see. Oh, these kind of players, I could see them bright prospects. So I don't know if, obviously, Eddie, your fan base yourselves see some potential prospects. I'm
Mm.
sure they will. but yeah, just but obviously the state of football now, it's obviously the way it is.
It's
So
quick pace, and
yeah,
I think people are what we are, and we don't have patience when it comes to anything. It's all about instant gratification for everything, and we people, they don't know how to pick up girls. You have an app for it. You phone in when you want something to eat. You use your phone for everything, and you get it right away. You call Amazon, and you get your package delivered in 2 hours. And this is the modern society. So expecting people to believe in longevity and wait for 2 or 3 or 4 seasons, I think it's almost impossible. So yeah,
It's true.
yeah,
You make a couple of good points though, buddy. In what Alex in particular, you talk about youth. Manchester United's foundation has always been youth. We set a record. Jarvis, you might be able to tell me, is it something like the last 26 years or something ridiculous? I can't quite remember what it is. We've always had a youth player breakthrough. Our under-18s in particular are hugely exciting. But you've got to deal with the here and now in football. And as Jarvis said, you're punching through a brick wall constantly, day in, day out. You're always trying to be the next Red Rum, the horse racing world to get to where we want. And we have failed miserably as an organisation. We've failed miserably as a bunch of players. We failed miserably with managers. And you'll always get that divide because the devilish tacticos will tell you, for me, I blame the players. I always have done. I'm still a player at my tender age today. I still play. I kick around. And I know it's my mistake. It's my fault. If I concede a goal or I give Jarvis a bad pass or whatever, it's my error. It's not the gaffer's error. But the guys, the devilish tacticos, are hugely knowledgeable, like yourself. They understand football. They understand the concept of football. And time's running out for them. As Jarvis said, we are, and the devilish tacticos know, we're not a hammering in or we're not an hammering out channel, but what we are is offering an understanding on both viewpoints, and that viewpoint is we can see why people want hammering gone, but Jarvis will tell you, and he'll giggle here, I think modern day footballers are a bunch of posers. They don't understand what it really truly means to be a footballer, and that's my biggest issue. So Alex, have you found it? Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's good. Thank you. This is my first time doing a live call on
Hey,
the
you
YouTube.
are more than welcome.
I've never
on
done this
here.
before, so
Anytime you want to come on, just let us know, because the devilish tacticos, they'll love you. They love everyone that comes on, supports the channel. So you're more than welcome to come on anytime you want, pal.
Yes.
Thanks so much
Big
for
up,
having me
Alex.
on. It's
Thank
such a
you.
pleasure to speak to you guys. Hope all the best going forward.
See you soon.
Thank
Take
you.
care, mate.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes,
was
that was
good.
Alex. Great guy. Scotland, St. Mirren.
Here we go. He's got his first comment, bless him. First finest.
St. Mirren is do they have is it green and white stripes?
St. Johnston. I thought
No, St. Mirren, St. Johnston.
St. Johnston. I thought it was St. Mirren. I think they're blue and white stripes, but Alex can let us know in the chat, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay, next caller is Brian, and then we have Tyrone, and Stian is also waiting. We have RDS Red Devil Studio is also in the green room. So guys, when you come on, try to keep it short, 2 to 4 minutes, so the wait won't be too long. So we will try to be on point. So Brian, are you ready? It's yes. Okay.
Yo, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah. Hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I'm doing good, guys. Yes, St. Johnston's blue and white, and St. Mirren are black and white.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Okay.
I do watch a lot of football.
And is it Ryan Garcia to the left?
Yes. Basically, he was going to fight Manny Pacquiao, and that's the before and after photo.
Right. Yes. Welcome, Brian. Welcome. What did you say?
How you doing, guys?
Good.
Basically, yeah, I'm not too good. watching that. Who fears us anymore? Right? There used to be an aura around Manchester United. That aura, we could talk about players all we want. We can talk about tactics all we want. That aura is gone. Teams used to come up to Old Trafford, right? Even when we went to their grounds, teams used to fear us. They do not now. They think we're beatable. And as long as this continues, we will not, our improvement will be minimal. We can sign all the players we want. We can sign all these top class players. It's minimal, guys. Until we get that aura back, that we are Manchester United, we will not win anything. We won't even come close to winning anything. Winning games is difficult enough. All right, I'm seeing these videos every day. It's 348 days since Manchester United. What was it? Winning 5 games in a row.
Yeah, the United.
Right? And this guy says he ain't going to shave until United win 5 games in a row. Yeah, it's going to be 300 years at this.
Actually, to be fair, Brad, I'm not even sure Liverpool won 5 games in a row, did they? Yeah.
No, you're right about that. But in a general sense, right? Nobody fears us anymore, guys.
No.
There's no aura. We got players playing we got players playing out of position, right? I'm like when I talk about Bruno, right? When I talk about Kobe, I don't know. I think Kobe's a number 10. We got no central midfielders. We got nobody who can sit in that central midfield. I am afraid anytime a ball comes near Onana, like literally, like I'm blessing myself, hoping just go over the bar, go wide, do not go anywhere. Don't even be on target, right? I am afraid every time the ball goes near Onana. It's shameful, guys. It's just Grimsby look the hungrier team. They look the more packed. Good on them, because let me tell you something. They deserve to win because the referee was very kind to us today. Right, they had an offside goal that wasn't offside. There was a questionable handball in their goal, and their what could have been 3-0, and there was our second goal. There was a questionable handball in there too, that was given, that went for us. Right, so the referee helped us out, and even with the referee's help, right, and we go to penalties. No,
this guy helped us out. That was.
Right.
I don't think it was an offside. I think that they could have killed the game 3-0. Then it would have been over. And fortunately for us, he disallowed the goal, and that was an offside. But I think it was wrong. I think it was a little bit too quick.
I think
the ball was
he was wrong too.
Yeah.
Like Harry Maguire, right? I know, right? He's great in the opposition's box, for corners and free kicks and things like that there. But in our box, could he not be that demanding or commanding? Our defenders fear anything coming into the box. They know Onana's behind them. It's shocking. It's just shocking. I want Onana out. There's a lot of players in this club I don't think deserve to be Manchester United players. They're not good enough to be Manchester United. They don't have that drive or desire to be Manchester United players, and it's not,
right.
And that we could bring in a management team right now of Alex Ferguson with Carlo Ancelotti as the backup manager, with Jose Mourinho as guy setting out the freaking cones, and they won't change the mentality of this team, because the mentality of this team is dead. It's dead.
Well, Brian would have to agree on that. Myself and Jarvis have had many a conversation about that. What I would do if I was you is email in Manchester United and ask the players to open their dictionary and find out exactly what the word aura means, because you're absolutely right. We have lost that aura. The devilish tacticos have been talking about it for a long, long time as well. Brian, great call, mate. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have you been watching us for long, or?
I've been watching you. I seen your song about a month ago. I was maybe the one that did the text about what's her name, Thelma Hayek.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
you're right. I don't know if you remember that one. I would love it. Yeah, something happened. I said, yeah, I'd like a dirty weekend with Selma Hayek.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
said,
yeah. I
like, oh
remember.
yeah, right. And then I was like, yeah, I asked GPT how to get Selma Hayek, and they told me to become a billionaire.
Well, I tell you what, well, you're more than welcome to join us when we do a phone in again. You've been a great caller, mate.
Thank you.
Guys have loved you. But we've got other callers waiting, Brian. So
Have a good one, guys. Thank you for having me on.
Pleasure.
Big
Take
up,
care.
Brian.
Thanks, man.
Peace.
Thanks for
Peace.
coming on. Thanks for coming on. Yeah.
Hey, what another
Okay.
great caller that was.
Great caller, Brian.
Yeah, legend.
Okay. Who do we have next? It's
Tyrone,
Tyrone.
Tyrone.
Tyrone, are you ready? Let's bring him on.
Here
Big
he
up,
is.
Tyrone.
Big up, Tyrone.
Good evening, Jarvis. Good evening, Stu. How you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
It's good to
Under
hear
the
from you guys.
circumstances.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Luckily, I had the fortune of playing football tonight. So
Me too.
luckily, yeah. So I missed the majority of the game, but unfortunately, I had to sit through the penalty shootout, which was completely and utterly ridiculous, unfortunately. And yeah, I'm with you, Stu. I just don't understand Cunha. I looked at the run up and I thought, why don't you just smash it into the top corner, like you know you can do? It just really pisses me off.
It's what you do when you take a penalty. What's the first rule of thumb? Hit the target as hard as you can and knock the goalkeeper into the net with the ball if you have to. Whatever you smash that ball in. My lad
Spoken as
was
a true defender.
You want sorry, Jarvis?
Spoken as a true defender.
Oh, too right. Yeah. My lad was telling me I was playing football as well tonight, Tyrone. I haven't seen the game, and I did tell Jarvis a couple of days ago. So I phoned my lad on the way home, try and get an angle, and he was just ranting. He was just giving it loads, and he was talking about Cunha's penalty, and he said, "Fucking hell, Dad!" He said, "You should see it. It was terrible."
But I think what else was annoying me about the penalties was that how many times can you get your hand to the ball and just not save it? It's just unbelievable.
We call him floppy hands for a reason, He's a
One
floppy
thing I
hand.
was going to ask you guys this, and I'm meaning to ask you, how many left-footed penalties apparently did Grimsby take? Because Jake said virtually all their penalty takers were left-footed.
Wow.
Yeah, it looked
I don't
like
know. I didn't pay attention, but yeah, maybe you're right.
He said, and apparently Nana went the same way every time. Then again, I'm not surprised. He's fucking useless.
Nana went to his left. But Tyrone, after we lost this game, now we have lost 2 games. We drew against Fulham. We have scored 1 goal in the Premier League, and that was an own goal.
Own goal, yeah.
So far, and it doesn't look good. So, what's your faith in Amorim and his project? Do you think it will succeed given time, or how do you feel right now?
I think when we first appointed Amorim, I was happy because I thought, Ineos haven't got no experience of managing a big club like Man United, but they can get a manager in who can grow with them. But unless he's willing to deviate from his current system, I can't see it improving. It just seems like he's so stubborn at the moment, and I think for me, that's why I think my faith is no longer with Amorim. I'd probably rather see Ineos bring someone else in now, because it doesn't look like he's going to change things, and I'm kind of fed up of it now. I've lost patience, but I don't normally turn this quickly. This is probably the quickest I've lost patience, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't won many games since he came in, and I think he was on a limb after coming in 15th, and we lost the Europa League final, and right now, I said it. If we are going to keep Amorim, we need to back him properly. And do you think he has been backed, or because we have spent a lot of money, but we have only signed 3 players, and they haven't been able to get rid of the bomb squad yet? Do you think it hinders Amorim?
It does, because you've got Sancho, Anthony, and you've got someone else. Garnacho, that's it. You've got all 3 of them who really need to go. And for me, I don't even think a goalkeeper and a central midfielder is enough. I think he needed at least 2 midfielders in this window.
Mm.
I think but obviously you can't do everything in one window. But if we could get like a midfielder and a goalkeeper in, I like what I've seen of Lamans, but again, he hasn't got the experience. And we all know what happened when De Gea came to Man United. It's going to take him a while, and we'll probably see mistakes.
Yes, it's a point actually I made the other night.
Yeah, he'll have to grow into that number one spot. I do believe in Lamans because he's very talented, but he's not the finished article.
Mm. Yeah, that's the problem. He's still young, and but young players sometimes they just need to be thrown in, and they will either sink or swim, and he could be one of those, But
He can't be any worse than Onana.
Yeah,
he can't be any worse than that. So he's got he hasn't got a lot to live up to, so he's got that in his favour if he does come in.
Yeah.
Well, we seem to be fucking that deal up at the moment, don't we?
Yeah,
we're haggling over a couple of million euros. So
did I read somewhere this morning that Galatasaray have put in a better bid or a higher bid or something?
They have, and then apparently Man United won't get in a bidding war. We'll just pay the money that they're asking for, and it won't happen.
I did say to Jarvis Tyrone last week. I said, I think was it Thursday's show? I said it's an easy deal, 17 million euros. That'll be a piece of piss. It'll be signed by Sunday. Jarvis started having a giggle. Fucking hell, here we are. Is it Wednesday night? Jesus.
Do you know who we are?
Yes, I know.
Man United. We can't sign players.
I'm going to give my old mate Jarvis a bit of credit here because I always do. And he's normally on the button. But he did say to me back in May, I think it was, Stu, all the signings that we need till the last week in the window. And I said, I have faith we'll do well. And I was looking good at one point when I Jarvis, but now it's all home to roost. So
I hate it. I don't want to say I was right, when it comes to this, but speaking of experience, and I think sometimes Noradin keeps me sane in all of this because I like to be giddy, I like to be positive. I like to be supportive, but we have seen this movie before, and this is like what number manager are we on right now? Amorim is number 6, 7.
It's number 6 or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it depends if you include Ollie and the interims of
the interims. Yeah. Let's not do that. But it is what it is. But Tyrone, it's been brilliant. I'm super happy you came on.
Me too.
I think we need to do this. Do we need to go regular with the call-in show at least once a month for the community to contribute? Yeah. So whenever next time. It would be fantastic if you can jump on. Do you have anything more to add before I kick you out, Tyrone?
I just wanted to say thanks for having me on. It's been a pleasure. That's all.
Oh, pleasure, Tyrone. Yes. I mean, you've been a big supporter of Jarvis and myself, and we're very, very grateful. And you're more than welcome, Tyrone. Anytime you want to jump on, just let us know in the chat, and we'll get you on, mate.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good evening.
Thanks. Big up.
Take care, buddy. All the very best.
Take care.
Ta-da. Okay, let me just remove Tyrone there.
Another legend.
Tyrone is a legend of the chat. He's been with us for so many years, so many months.
Yeah, they've all spoken very well. Actually, all the callers tonight have spoken very, very well. So it's great to hear from them. And you're right. I think we should do it once a month. I really do, because I've quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
Even though I'm dishevelled and I'm desperate for a shower. Not that you lot want to know. Sorry, Devilish Tacticos. Luckily, Trevor's not in the chat because
Trevor's in the chat. He was in the chat. He just said, "I'm out."
Did he rinse me? Did he rinse me? He normally does.
No. I think he was down. I think we all felt down, but I'm glad that you guys called in, and it's good to hear different perspectives. We have Stian. Stian, are you there? Are you ready to jump on the Tactical Devils? Yes. Big up, Alex. It sounds like a good idea. I think we should do this too. Stian is next. Let's bring Stian on.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, nice.
Are you Norwegian?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm Norwegian.
Let's speak English for the viewers to understand.
Yeah. Of
So,
course, of course.
yeah. First of all, how do you feel after the game? Are you Amorim in or out, or have you lost faith, or whatever you want to call it?
Big up to Stu and you, of course. I watched,
big up.
be following the channel since you made it, I think, almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
One of the
So,
loyal followers. Big up.
and I'm been doing this myself. I have an old channel, and I had a previous channel that got deleted from YouTube, and they didn't explain anything. So, but I've done this, and what I am the take on the game is, it's very alarming, because what I am seeing, and I am picking the match apart, watching each player, what they are doing, signals from Bruno, from everyone. And what I am seeing is that every player is playing for themselves and not in as a team. And what my question is, what has Amorim done since last season? That was, we know what that was. And he got some new players in. He had the preseason. Bruno Fernandes was terrible last season as well. And I will go this far to say that he's gotten worse. And
yeah, he hasn't improved. He has declined.
No, yeah, exactly. And of course he's getting older. I understand that, but how he talks to other players. Christ's sake, he's a captain. Look at Ødegaard. Look at De Bruyne at City. Look at every other captain in other clubs. They don't behave like that.
No.
You have to have your head with you in the match. And if you're the captain, you're the one that should tell the players, big up and put the positive things, get the other players running.
I think you're on to something, Stian. I think the problem is, I think Bruno is too emotional, and we all seen it. We've seen it. He loses his composure, especially in the dying minutes, especially when we are chasing the game, we are trying to get a goal, and then Bruno just switches off and goes mental in a way. And I think it's very disturbing, and I don't think he's captain material. And also, I think we touched on it on the last show. I think I think the other players are starting to I don't know, they getting sick of it. I think they are sick of it. You could see it on Mark mentioned it. You could see it on Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw was waving his hands, and Bruno takes no accountability when he makes any mistake. So that's, I think you are touching on something important. But do you think Bruno is the problem, or is it Amorim, or is it just the whole of the group? Or
I don't blame the players. We actually now, of course, we know which players we have to get rid of. They've been toxic, Garnacho, Sancho. He must be the worst Manchester United player ever. It's just insane. It shouldn't ever happen. But I want to go a little bit backwards when Mourinho was here. The reason we are here, we have to not forget that's the Glazers. The Glazers have ruined this club for so many years. You remember when Mourinho was here and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, there was no football intelligence people in the club. There were too many people that was hired for ridiculous reasons. There were bankers. Yeah, bankers was running the club. They didn't know how to track players or who players they were looking for. They couldn't sell players. They overspent ridiculously just to sell shirts and merchandise. And get us as fans hyped. That was the Glazers' plan, not to be in the Champions League, but to sell so they can take out money. We have to not forget that, because this is the reason. we are here because the other guy said, the culture is dead. Of course it is. The Glazers had killed it. They killed it for so many years. That's the reason. But and you can see what Mourinho was. He didn't get the players he wanted. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he wanted Haaland. We were very close to sign Haaland. But they say in the club, no, we're not going to get, he's not good enough. They wouldn't listen to football knowledge people, the managers, the coaches. They wouldn't listen to them. So they were ego. They were just about making money.
Yeah. So Stian, I've got a quick question for you then. If you've watched our channel, you know that I am very vocal when it comes to complete lack of intelligence from a footballer. And we're having this problem at the moment with regards to the intelligent side of the game, and that they can't seem to get to grips with what Amorim's doing. Now, a lot of people will say square pegs. What's hegs, Jarvis? Is that Norwegian? Square pegs.
Square eggs.
Into round holes. And I always argue, to Stian, that a competent footballer should be competent in a variety of positions. I'm not talking about an expert in positions, but a competent in positions. But yet we seem to even lack that level of competency sometimes, that they cannot seem to get to grips with this system. So that was my question to you. What, as a fan from Norway, how do you find that? Do you find that frustrating? Do you think that's modern day football? Do you think that's player attitude?
Yeah, it's combinations. I've been a Manchester United for over 30 years. I watched when Sir Alex Ferguson, when he was a manager, he was just it was just amazing. But what he always did, he always changed players. If there were something toxic players, they were out. And he implemented new young players now and then, 20, 30 minutes. Just look at Solskjaer. What mentality this guy had. He was sitting on the bench. He was coming into the matches, but he was sitting with notes. Which players should I go for? How does these players move? How does the goalkeeper move? He was making notes. And when Sir Alex said, now we can come on. Now we need you. He was ready. And this is what the modern footballer, like you asked me.
Yeah, well, you're right, Stian. Yeah.
I think it's too much social media, too much not focusing on your job, because it is your job. When you're hired in a club, it's your job, like any other job. And you have to perform, and especially in football. It's like fresh, what do you call it? Fresh bread. Yeah. So I think, like in combination, I said about players and Amorim, and I think what I see Amorim is doing, and of course players, people around him, coaches and all that. And Barada and all those people, it's a combination of everything, because what those people are doing is going to set the tone and what Amorim can put together as a team,
Yeah. No, that's very true.
Why are they not going for a midfielder, defensive number 6, and a goalkeeper? Well, it's crazy. It's just like, it's so stupid. They are competent people are sitting there. Why aren't they looking at that?
Oh, me and Jarvis have been asking that question, Stian, for a long time.
Yeah.
You've been absolutely brilliant. Would you and Jarvis love to say something in Norwegian to our global fan base? It's the first time we've had two Norwegians on together. I think it'd be absolutely brilliant if you could address the devilish tacticos in Norwegian.
Ja, Stian, det bare å snakke norsk. Er du østlending eller nordlending? Hvor du kommer fra?
Ikke nordlegger, det vestfolding, egentlig.
Vestfolding, ja. Ok,
Vestfolding.
kult. Ja, det er bra. Du gjorde det godt.
Takk for det. Jeg kommer gjerne på igjen hvis det er mulighet. Så.
Ja, du er alltid velkommen. I don't know, guys, if you understood what we was talking about, but it was some fluent language. Big up, Stian. Thank you for coming on. Hopefully you will join us on the next call-in. Great guest. And big up Norway.
Big up, Stian. Big up.
Take care.
Jarvis, just before we bring RDS United in, I don't know if you've noticed, we've clearly been raided, but I don't know who by.
I think someone said Cass, or was it
Cass,
Never
was it?
Foul? Yeah, I saw Nathan Lee Lewis also in the green room. So we have time for RDS, who will be next, and Nathan Lee Lewis. If you come back, we will make some time for you two.
Mr. B giving you a bit of grief. Was that Swedish? Mr. B, always funny. Big up, Stian. Absolutely brilliant guest. Another great guest. So I didn't realise it was Cass. I was having a quick look. I couldn't find it. So Cass, or the guys at Never Foul, thank you very much, and welcome to everybody who is joined us. Please smash a like and subscribe to the channel, please. Jarvis works extremely hard behind the scenes to get this going. So please support him.
By the way, we were raided by Grimsby.
We probably were, yeah. They're all here taking the piss. There it is, yeah. Oh God.
That's one more.
Bless them. Go on then.
Look at this. After winning the game, they were ecstatic. I think they had the time of their life. This was a night that they will always remember, And
beauty of football, Jarvis, isn't it? We always say it, don't we?
Yeah.
The beauty of football. But we should never have been the Fall Guys, but unfortunately we were. So.
We have a special guest coming in, RDS, Red Devil Studio.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, Jarvis. Thank you so much.
Big up, RDS. I hope you're well. Yeah, it's been a while. I went on your channel. I think it must have been like 3-4 months ago, but it's good to see you. And I dropped by the other day when you and who you had a guest was Muhammad Ali.
I think we're doing a season preview. I think season preview on the channel. I think
yeah.
Yes.
It was Eddie.
It was Eddie. Yes.
Yeah. It was Eddie. So obviously you watched the game tonight, and we lost, but let's try to find some positives. So did you see any positives tonight, or anything to cling on to?
No. I'm sorry, Jarvis. I'm seeing all the guests and you're being focused with that, and I was just thinking, I don't know how. You know me, because you've obviously been on channel. I try not to be. I'm emotional during the game, but when the game is finished, I try and kind of collect my thoughts and sort of take things from there. And what I've had to try and say to myself is, when I look at, because this is a different story if this was just a one-off.
Mm-hmm.
But if I just say, right, this isn't Manchester United. I'm not a Manchester United fan. I'm just another supporter, and I'm looking at this players, this team, and these results. And I go, what's going to happen next? So if I if I've got a manager, and so far his record is 28 points from 29 games, and that's not going to change, the reality is if that manager is going to get sacked. And that's not me saying I'm out or anything like that. I'm just saying it's the reality. If it was West Ham, if it was any other Premier League team, probably even any team in the Championship, on League One, clearly, if that was your record and you're still going with that, that manager would end up sacking himself. Now, whether I agree with that or not, because of the complex issue and stuff like that, okay, that's a separate topic. But it's just that the reality of where we are right now is that if the results are like this and continue to be like this, he will get sacked, and this club will not have a successful season. Probably end up finishing bottom half.
Yeah.
So I get, people we're talking about, yes, okay, should find midfielder, Onana's this and all these different things and stuff like that. Yes, okay, no, it's understandable. The reality, though, is Grimsby are a League Two side. And we can't be in a situation where we're honestly saying, because then we have to start asking about our academy and the contracts they're giving, because we can't be in a situation where we're actually saying that we need to spend 300 million, 400 million pounds to be able to compete. I'm not even saying win, to compete, because at large parts of this game, Grimsby are playing better than us. It's a one thing if, like, you know, we had 10, 15 shots on goal and we're creating chances, and you know, and they just defended with 11 men behind us. They're really deep, and then they get a lucky goal in the 90th minute. That stuff happens, even to big teams, because you know, because that happens. Like, and you know, it is what it is. But when you're actually being outplayed a large parts, when you're not switching on, and when you can confidently say, no, Grimsby Town did, on the balance of play, deserve to win the game, despite being in League Two, when Grimsby Town look more conjointed, then of course it's going to bring problems. Now, is the solution to just sack Amorim and start again? Of course it's not, because you know it's too early preseason, etc. But I'm honest, I don't know where you go from here, because this game and probably the Burnley game, back-to-back wins, you could have thought, right, okay, maybe you can kick on, especially if you're going to face Manchester City, Chelsea, because our first 10 games are difficult. We're going to face Liverpool at some point after that, and then we're going to face Brighton, and then we're going to face Forest. I'm looking at those games, looking at this result, and even the film result, and thinking, I actually don't know where the points are going to be coming from. I think we can still beat Burnley at home, but the other games, you could easily see at 10 games, United having maybe maximum 10 points, if that. And
well,
then
after the Burnley game, we have City and Chelsea coming up, and we have Brentford away. That's no easy task.
Exactly, and then you've got, like, I think there's
Sunderland and Liverpool.
And then I think we've got Brighton, someone then, and Forest. You know, again, all difficult games. Aside from Sunderland and Burnley, which you'd think we should win. Right? Again, I say I hope that we should win, but I don't know after this result. So,
but guys, we've got to turn the table. All right, let's be clear. We have to turn the table. Sooner or later, it will click. Football's all about that. How many times have you been into a losing situation and suddenly the game's
right. You're right, but the problem is that, like, I have the difference between, and I don't want to make this personal with the manager, but why would I want to separate Amorim from, say, the others, is that the other managers, once they came in, they gave me something to hold on to hope on to. So when Ollie came, for example, you know, the miracle in PSG and all the hype around that, you know, and then obviously this following season he finished, you know, there was something to hold on to. Ten Hag, you know, finishing top 4, and the Carabao Cup, and even the disaster season towards, well, it wasn't a disaster, but it wasn't a great season. That FA Cup win, there was always something that you could at least, based on what they'd done, hold on to, have some hope, have something to push in. At this point of Amorim, I can't. I'm struggling. I'm struggling to find the thing where I can go, I can put my hand on that and hold on to the fact that Amorim is going to turn it around. There's going to be some swings positive, because there hasn't been any. Potentially the Europa League win would have done it. Obviously at Spurs it happened, or maybe even, you know, beating like a big rival, Grimsby. Maybe if they won against Arsenal at the beginning of the season, okay, fine. So, but there isn't anything, and so it's like, I understand. I'm not saying that people should react to everything out, but I kind of understand more so this than any other, because at least the other managers, they did give something, whether it was a spectacular result or a trophy, to hold on to. Amorim hasn't done that, and unfortunately, if he doesn't do well in these next couple of games 10, I generally don't know what's going to happen next. I generally don't know what's going to happen next, because I don't want to talk about we're going to be battling relegation or stuff like that. But then, a lot aside from maybe West Ham, who look awful, a lot of teams in the Premier League look better than us. So are we? So I'm trying to almost mentally adjust my expectations, because we keep on saying, but it can't get any worse. But it can't get any worse. But then it gets worse. So I'm like, so how?
Can only get worse.
It can only how
always
many times?
always get worse.
It can always get worse. You know, so do I think? Am I confident that United are going to finish in the top 10 this season? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not trying to be a downer. I'm not trying to be something. I just, yeah. So yeah,
You're asking a lot of good questions, and I think you're touching a lot of points that I think we all agree with right now. But we are emotional, we are reactive. You know, we can win against. We can win 2 out of 3 next games, and then everything looks a whole lot better. You know, even a win just against Chelsea or who was it? We have Chelsea and Man
City. Don't
City. You
forget,
know,
we could surprise ourselves.
let's say we have a draw against City and win against Chelsea, and be all good.
Easily do that.
The Lit and Euro are both garbage. What? I'm not sure about that, but okay. I don't think. But see, this is the thing that that I've noticed, especially after this game and just in sort of in general, and that we've done as United fans. Like, yes, I do think that obviously they're players, they're playing, they obviously share significant responsibility. But what I'm not going to go down the line is that we individualize and say, if it wasn't for this player, if it wasn't for Pogba, if it wasn't for Rashford, if it wasn't for this player, this player, this player, this player, then we would have, even Onana today, even though he cost us, and we get a new keeper, I don't necessarily think, even if we get a better keeper, that it necessarily means that we're suddenly now going to be competing for top 4 or competing for top 6. So we need to try and stop, as a fan base, individualizing people and players and stuff, and it's just assuming that when this people are telling me even if we get replace McFred back in the day on holidays, replace McFred and our midfield will be fine, and they're not Garden. It's probably worse than McFred right now. I'd probably take McFred at this moment in time. You know, I'd take Lukaku. I'd take some of these guys that people said weren't good enough for United. You know, so yeah, I just think that.
Yeah, well, we do know we have a lot of revisionism when it comes to this fan base and Man United, and but we easily forget. Before we give Nathan Lee Lewis a chance to come on, I want to ask you one question. You know, the consensus of the fan base is that we have lost faith, but you asked the question, and I want you to answer your thoughts. Do you think the players have lost faith in Amorim?
I don't know, Joe. It's weird. I don't know, because I don't know how you. Pre-season was only 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like the reports came out, everyone was positive. Like the videos, the stuff, it was positive. So I don't know how you can, unless it was just all a lie. Like they were just unhappy with him all the time during the pre-season. Like, how do you lose a dressing room in 2 weeks? That just, I'd understand after game 10 and the results when I'd get it, but after 2 weeks and you're saying the players are against him, like that just sounds very strange to me, you know. So, and on top of that, obviously he's brought in quite a few of these players. So,
but this one, you know, Amorim said in his interview, it's clear the players are not on his side. Whatever he meant with that.
But that's player mentality, Jarvis. That is a weak footballer, a very, very weak footballer mentally, because you're there for a reason, and that's to win football matches. Nobody can argue, or nobody can tell me, and nobody will ever convince me that you turn the back on the manager because you don't like him or you don't like his style of play. You're there for one and one reason only, that's to win football matches. So if you don't want to be there, you don't want to play for Manchester United, fuck off. Because it's got to be that cut, and it's got to be that dried in football. It has to be.
And also, who are these players that would? Because I would imagine that, like, players that is given a chance, like Maguire and Shaw and the leadership team would be fine. And the Portuguese guys in Bruno and Dalla and Casemiro, just for the Portuguese connection, I assume will be fine as well. So unless it's maybe someone like Mainu who's not played a lot, or I don't know, Anan who's benched or something, that I can't. That's what I'm saying. It's like, we literally saw videos and tapes of everyone being positive all pre-season and leading up to the season. How can the whole squad, in a matter of less than 2 weeks, just decide, Amorim needs to go, etc.? Like that's just, if that's the mentality of the players, then we truly are screwed. Because then any manager that comes in that has even a small rough patch, the players are just going to you know. And what's scary to me is that and I'll finish with this because I know this is coming, is that players coming into United, because I don't believe even Onana or all of these players before they came to United, I don't think they had this mentality. I don't think they were weak. I don't think they were strong. Onana was in the Champions League final. You know, Brem was doing his good. They had a strong mentality before they came. So what is it with United where these players who have a particular mentality before they come to club, they come to United, and then somehow it just disappears.
Complacent.
Like, what is that?
I talked about it in the beginning. Complacency. I think that's.
Oh, hello,
Hello,
Hello.
Jarvis. I think
Jarvis?
you slowed down a little bit there. I think
What?
we can hear you now.
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Oh,
We can hear you.
Hello, Jarvis.
We
You
can
still
hear
there,
you.
yes,
bud?
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Look, complacency is the mother of all evil, I'm afraid, in football.
Yeah, you're right.
You've got to get that dealt with, and you've got to kick it into touch ASAP.
Yeah,
brilliant call. Thanks for coming on. We've got Nathan. He's been waiting patiently.
Yes. Sorry, guys.
No. And
Keep up the good work on the channel as well, guys. So I will
Thank you.
No, absolutely
subscribers over when I'm live. Although I'm not sure when I'm going to be live again. I need some time to recover from that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
No problem.
People, go check out Red Devil Studio, RDS, and brilliant guests on. When do you go live next?
I probably will do the watch on against Burnley, and hope and pray that we can get something from that result.
Yeah, I think we all do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Brilliant.
Take it, guys. Bye.
Thanks,
Take care,
mate.
Bye-bye.
Good stuff.
Okay, now we have Nathan Lee loose. But before we bring on Nathan, I just wanted to ask you something, Stu, because there weren't much to analyze on today's game. So I have the goals and stuff like that. But I why bother? We lost the game. There's nothing to analyze. But there's one thing that I want to ask you, Stu, because we know that all the players came in. They looked slim. They looked fit in preseason.
Yeah.
But when it comes to one thing, it's physicality. We looked a little light, if Grimsby can, bully us in 90 minutes, a League Two side, physically, we looked like boys against men against boys. Do you think Amorim, do you think the players, do you think the apparatus of the training facility or the coaches has made a mistake?
No,
Because I think you need your
you need bulk.
kilos.
Yeah, you need bulk in the Premier
You need
League.
to be strong.
You need to be an athlete. No, I'm not necessarily suggesting that the fitness team don't know what they're doing, because clearly they do. Again, you wouldn't be at Manchester United or in the Premier League if you didn't know what you were doing in terms of fitness, etc. The biggest problem for me is, and it's not complacency in the gym. It's want and will. Are these players training from 10 till 12, having their lunch and then going home? Because I'm not really sure what we're seeing in terms of commitment from these players. I don't see determination. I don't see this aggression in their eyes. When you're fighting for the ball, if I'm fighting for the ball and I've got somebody...
Where's the courage?
Yeah, exactly. Where is the courage? He's trying to bully me. I'm going to bully you back, but I'm going to bully you back twice as hard. That's always been my mentality. And I look at what we do and how we were. I've not seen the game yet. I'm going to, go back and have a look at it so we can talk about it later in the week. And I just feel that we lack aggression. We lack that absolute shithousery that other teams have got. A great example is Virgil van Dijk when Gordon got sent off. It was a poncy little challenge, and Van Dijk rolls around, 6'7" tree, rolls around holding his ankle. Jesus Christ! If you're going to do it, stamp on his ankle then. Just do it. People didn't like what we were like in the 90s. Vinnie Jones would get away with murder and stuff like that, but you had to learn how to look after yourself. You had to learn street arts, the dark arts, the finer arts of football. And I don't believe that we're not streetwise enough. We're not streetwise in our box. We're not streetwise in their box. We snatch at chances all the time. We don't play methodical football. We play football on the edge all the time. And the problem is we can't control the edge. So we just end up falling off the cliff at the end of the day. So I'm massively disappointed this season so far. We need a big, big statement. We don't necessarily need to win by 5 goals against Burnley, but we need a statement. We need a statement performance. We need to go out there. We need to do something. It's a big week.
It's a big week. Yeah.
As of Monday, it closes. We're dicking about with this Lamans keeper at the minute. You can't close a deal worth 17 million quid. There's problems somewhere. We seem to be lowballing them, don't we? Again, we seem to be lowballing clubs again. It's stupid. We've got to do something. Whether or not we bring players in, whether or not we, there's reports today, isn't it? The Belaber never went quiet, and it was always going to be potentially we're always going to go back in for him. We shall see, but I don't know. I just look at the players. I look at Mbeumo and Cunha, and I see frustration already. I don't think they can believe the types of players they're working with. There's no real commitment, I don't think, in our team. They probably think Mason Mount can run around like a flea, but he's not really doing much for the club. Casemiro, Bruno, I think they're frustrated with anything. I think something you mentioned earlier. So look, I could go on forever on this, unfortunately, but we've got a multitude of problems.
Last caller of the night. We have 5 more minutes. So he has been waiting patiently. So big up, Nathan.
Good evening, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Thank you. Yeah, hear okay.
We can hear you.
Yeah, fantastic that you could come on. You've been sitting there patiently in the green room waiting, and now we have at least 5, 6, 7 minutes. But take your time, no stress, no worries. So, do you have anything in mind? Anything you want to talk about on today's game?
I think everybody's spoken. Whoever, all the callers that have called in and said express opinions have all put great points across. But I think the leadership, is what we're lacking as well, isn't it? From the team. From the lineup, I thought there were a lot of young. I personally thought that looking at the beginning of the lineup, I thought from the Fulham match that we'd didn't bring in. We missed a lot of the leadership out of the team before starting as well. So I think possibly that we threw maybe too many of the youngsters on to begin with to start the game. I think I said possibly in defence you had Delit with Fredrickson and Heaven, but possibly we could have started with Maguire and Delit, because again we've been bringing Maguire on as like a super sub or second half to kind of. Obviously he has been playing great, and when he comes on he is one of our impact players, I suppose. But I think against Grimsby, I think he could have had the legs to begin with, and again, I think a bit more leadership to start the game. I think. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I agree. I agree with that statement. But I think when you are a Man United player, it doesn't matter if you're 18, 19, 20. You should know how to carry that shirt, that badge. And they didn't look like they were enjoying themselves. I think one of the last things Alex Ferguson always said when before he put them on the pitch, in the locker room, was go out and express yourself, enjoy yourself, have fun. And you can't be too serious, and maybe we are at the stage right now where the pressure is too high, and that's why the players are crumbling. And you're right, maybe you should have played the senior players in the squad, like Casemiro, like Maguire, maybe just to calm it down, because I don't know who was the senior players on the pitch tonight. It was Ugarte.
Yeah, just to settle into the game, isn't it? First half, I
think it's a very valid point. Both of you, Jarvis, Nathan. I think I really do think it's a very valid point. but we've got to be in a situation. We must be in a position. And I mean, and I would go into that game from a personal point of view that I'm just going to wipe the floor with you. You're playing in League Two football. You have to walk onto the football pitch with an arrogance, a real arrogance when you're playing these. Now, we all know the devilish tactico as footballers. You obviously play yourself, Nathan, Jarvis, myself. We know that you can get turned over like that in a game of football. Just something one day just won't go your way. But when you're looking at Grimsby, with all due respect to Grimsby and any Grimsby fans that are in the chat, I'm not having a pop at you because ultimately you're a good club, a well-supported club, and you deserve your night. But ultimately, you guys possibly thought, if it goes our way, we might get a win, but we're likely to get beaten. Let's hope we don't get beat, heavy. We've gone in with a mindset of maybe not even wanting to win this game. I just don't know. I can't accept losing to a League Two side in this cup. So credit where credit's due to them. I think the Grimsby had the ball in the net 4 times. Well, you don't just score 4 goals. You don't put the ball in the back of the net 4 times by playing badly. So big problems for them. I've said, Nathan, I know you watch us, so you would have heard me say, I don't think Heaven's had a great start to the season at all. I think he's all over the place. His mindset isn't there. It spoke volumes to me, didn't it, Jarvis, in America? I was saying, my God, what's up with Evan? He's clearly carried that on tonight. And Arna is just, I don't know whether he wants to be there anymore. I don't know. But the biggest problem for us right now is Bruno. And I think you need to take him out of the equation. We shouldn't have had him anywhere near the team tonight. He should have been left at home. And you've got to learn to play without him, Nathan. You've got to learn to take the field without him. You've got to learn to not have him in around your squad because he might not be there next season. He could get injured. And then what do you do?
Yeah. And you think then sometimes, as you say, you've got the leadership and as I said, it comes back to the culture then as well of, as I say, you've got the leadership or the older players that should be leading by example. And then it's affecting the youngsters then coming through. So then you think then Kobe Mainu, for example, possibly, isn't it? And kind of maybe he should get more game time and get more minutes on the field and things. But as you're saying, Bruno's reliable and he's always plays and he's never injured kind of thing. So I respect that side of it. But as you said, he needs to be taken out of it. And I think, as I say, we need to be looking into the future and bringing these players through. But then it's obviously the culture needs to change then where the youngsters have the confidence. So when they're brought on, they're confident. There's leadership there. There's people, let's say picking on Bruno maybe, but as I say, is the petulance and it's kind of the leadership. He's always seems to be moaning at players rather than instructing. It's more, the shapes and the hands going up in the air and things like this. So again, I think it's comes back to Maguire as well again, isn't it? Like he was the captain, he was dropped, and I think he's been made to maybe focus and concentrate on his own game. I believe possibly Bruno needs to do the same. Then he needs to be stepped down. I don't know who replaces Bruno. That's the question there. But I think maybe he needs to be taken back and he needs to just concentrate on his own game then, where he's during the match. Obviously, he's watching other players and trying to control how other people play on the pitch as well.
Yeah, I mean Jarvis, Nathan. Again, you've seen this. So Jarvis is certainly during the summer he was demonstrating quite a lot on Amorim's system and the way that they like to push up the third central defender into midfield to effectively act as a third midfielder. So he's our holding midfielder. But we're not doing that, are we, Jarvis, at United? He was doing that at Sporting, but we're not doing that at United. Now, that's, for me, courage. That is the courage of De Ligt or the courage of Maguire or the courage of whoever. They don't believe in themselves to go and do that. Now, to me, that's bang average for a mentality of a Manchester United elite footballer. And this has always been my argument and always will be my argument. I prefer 3-5-2. I've always said it. But actually, on reflection, a 4-3-3 is a better system for us, isn't it, Jarvis? Jarvis likes a 4-2-3-1. to set
Yeah,
it.
well, I'm not into the numbers. When it comes to the system, I think it's about the quality and what you're planning to do. I'm more interested in rhythm and timing of everything, because I think it all connects, and every team attack in a 3-2-4-1 formation or something like that. I would say it started with Guardiola, and now every team is doing the same. You talked about the centre back going into midfield, but we are not doing it the same way as, for example, Manchester City did with John Stones coming in, or other teams. Remember Amorim used to push Dalot into the central midfield, the inverted fullback. That's another way to do it, but I think that now what Amorim has done this season that he didn't do last season, now we have the offside trap also into all of this. And I think it's confusing the centre-backs. They are not fully sharp because they are watching. They want to be as a unit. They want to push out, but they have to act as individuals also to understand when one of them need to push up into the midfield, because it's fluent. It's not like it's one of them who has the role to be the supporting midfielder. It's all three of them. It depends which side the play is on and what's going to happen. If the switch is coming, one of the defenders needs to go up on the other side. So I think it's about timing. It's about you need to learn. And Stu, I was about to show this clip last time, but we went on a little bit too long, so I didn't have the time. But I don't know. Can we just have a quick look at what happened against?
Do you want me to drop out, guys? Do you want me to leave you both to it?
No. You can stay. You can stay. Yeah, it will be interesting. Where is it? Oh, I have too many. But we have to do it another time. I can't find it. I have like 1,000 football clips on my computer, so it's not that easy. But basically, what I'm saying is just they don't know when to push up, when to do that offside trap thingy, and when to push up into midfield, and it's all confusing. And I saw sometimes during the last game against Fulham, when one of the guys pushed up because they wanted to invert, the other guys followed. So they didn't quite understand because you played the game yourself, Stu, and when the centre back closest to the ball pushes up, the other guy has to push up too, on the leading side. So I see a lot of confusion. I see a lot of confusion in this team.
There is, but also I don't see common sense. That's the biggest thing for me. I don't see common sense in our play. I see a lot of confusion, but how can you not understand what's going on in front of you? And I always go back to this, Nathan, in particular. The guys have been playing football for 10 years. They've been coached at club level for 10 years, a lot of these guys, and it still hasn't sunk in. It's amazing to me. I just find it bizarre.
Yeah. They've grown up with the game, haven't they? They've grown up with
exactly.
it. It's in their blood, in their DNA.
It's bizarre. And you can't think to yourself, I've just seen him run past me. Fuck it. I'll let him do it again. Because Amorim says I can't go over there. I mean, stop that. You go over there. And we just don't seem to do it. So it's just crazy. Just quick to answer this. Mark, great question, but we don't want to engage in that kind of conversation just yet. We don't want to be an Amorim in and an Amorim out channel. The
question is,
it's a valid question.
Have you personally lost faith in Amorim? You can say if you lost faith, but I'm not. I don't want to be divisive. We are a united fan base, and we all support the same club. So I think that's the bottom line when it comes to this. But we will have tough discussions about Amorim. Question to Nathan. Now, when we lost against Grimsby, could Ineos panic? Because could they actually go to the step of sacking the manager, or double down and splash the cash in the last weekend of the window and go nuts?
Yeah, hopefully, as I say, I'm on the fence about Amorim. He's been here 7 months. But yeah, as you say, I think again this match against Grimsby, I think it's exposed the team and the squad that he has. So hopefully he has maybe a week left to, maybe to get some more recruits in and get some more players in, and to kind of, as I say, as Amorim expose the team and like, look, I put this squad out. This is what they've shown me. They show me what they can do and what their ability is, and this is what they give me. So, but again, I don't know. He's got 22 players in the squad, so it's hard to. And as I say, we've got players then on the bench as well that you've got like the likes of Rashford and things like this that is going on the loan and things. But yeah, hopefully it does give them a kick up the bum to get some more signers in. Hopefully, but again,
it's not Amorim signing the players. He's just one of the guys agreeing.
Yeah, correct.
It's actually Wilson, it's Berada. It's even, I think, Sir Jim is in the house sometimes and have his opinion heard. So
they can't be happy with what they're seeing, can't they? They can't be happy with the way things have started.
We know they panicked under Ten Hag. They signed a lot of players for him. Was it 10 games in, and then he was sacked? 10
games. Yeah. It's kind of like a repeat of last season, really, isn't it? The last transfer window in the summer transfer window last year, isn't it? There was a few players came in injured. I think Euro came in, and he was injured and he didn't start.
Yeah.
So again, we're not starting slow to get everybody in for pre-season, get everybody used to each other and playing, isn't it? And as you say, Cunha and things like that, like what the hell am I coming to, kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The thing is, with a week of the transfer window to go, you can't pull the pin on the manager. You just can't do it, because you've got to get somebody in immediately, and then he's going to want his players in. It just can't work. There's nothing we can do now, unfortunately, till October, November, December. That's where we're at. So you get your
the second international break. Yeah, I think that will be
November,
first possible time if anything is going to happen. Yeah,
look. We got problems. We all know we got problems, and how he's going to have to deal with it. How he deals with it or not. But the play, he's not responsible to pick the players up all the time. The players have got to pick themselves up. I would be hugely embarrassed going home tonight. Hugely embarrassed when we walk out at Old Trafford on Saturday. Hugely embarrassed. I wouldn't want to be seen in Manchester at all. I wouldn't be going down the Gucci shop anytime soon, or down the Aston Martin dealership anytime soon. I'd be going to Aldi and Lidl and getting away from it all, and because I just can't get my head around it. It's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing, but there you go.
Yeah. Do you have anything more to add, Nathan? Because I think it's time to wrap it up. We are 2 hours, 4 minutes into the show.
Yeah, I'm good. Great. Thanks for having me on, guys. Thank you very much.
It was brilliant. Thank you for coming
Nathan,
on.
Brilliant. Thanks for being on.
Thanks, Travis.
Take care.
All the best. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Helga, if I've pronounced that correct, I probably haven't. Jarvis will probably tell me how you do pronounce that. We'd love to have you on, but we kind of run out of time tonight. But we're going to do this once a month. Jarvis is away now, by the way. Everybody for the next couple of days is away on business. We obviously have a match on Saturday. So as we're doing a Wednesday night, we probably won't do a stream now till Saturday evening. It will be because I think it's a 3 o'clock kickoff, isn't it, Jarvis?
Yeah, I won't be able to do that stream.
No, you won't.
I will set it up for you and Mark to do the next stream. Okay. I will be back Monday, and the Jarvis's corner.
Yeah, so Jarvis will be back Monday. Helga, liaise with Jarvis. We'd love to have you on, especially with coaching badges. It'd be brilliant to have you on. The callers, all of you, have been absolutely top draw. This is our first calling show, isn't it? And I've loved it.
It's been a brilliant show. Yeah,
loved it. Sorry I was late, my old mate, but I'm kind of glad I was, really, because it gave me time to calm down a bit. Really, I feel everybody's pain tonight. It's just it's just embarrassing, and don't know.
Helge, I will check my email and get back to you. Sounds good. Sounds good. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Boxing Straight Talk. Jorge Oliver Venezuela and Refresher. Who else? Helge, lower class from 8563 Robbie. I think
Love
a
that
lot
one.
of people have lost faith. Jamie,
there's
Retro
loads,
70
yeah.
same, and I think we all have lost faith right now. But maybe when we wake up in the morning, things will feel better. At the end of the day, it's just football. It's
It is.
just
Are you actually going to sleep, pal? Because it's 2:05 in Norway. And what time's your flight?
well, you don't want to know. 4 hours. So
Oh, crikey. Oh, dear.
well, I can sleep on the
Far to go
plane.
to the airport?
I can sleep on the plane.
Have you got
Yes.
far? Is your drive far to the airport or?
No. It's 10 minutes drive, so I'm good.
Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
too
no.
bad.
I'm good. So yeah, it's been a brilliant show. Thank you, everybody. We lost to Grimsby. I
Oh,
don't
I
want
can't
to
believe I
talk
just
about
heard you
Grimsby
say.
anymore.
I can't believe I've heard you say that. We lost the Grimsby. Oh God.
Boxing Straight Talk has the remedy. 442 long ball.
Long ball. He's right.
Wimbledon,
He's
1989.
absolutely
A crazy game.
right. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
right. 442. That's how you do it. Have it.
Have
You watch
it.
anybody who's in the UK? Watch the John Smith's commercial. Absolutely brilliant. Have it.
Have it.
Absolutely brilliant.
I know that commercial too. I'm not born behind. What do you call it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's getting late.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
getting late.
I have an early flight. Thank
He
you,
does.
guys. We will see you on the next. Have a good one and a good night.
Take care, guys. I am waving.